Reading this report, the reader should understand the following: the need for human oversight in academic big data, warehouse architecture data user requirements, the best practice for academic big data, how student information is governed and how integrity is maintained, and Kimball's steps to provide the best results. This report will provide the need for academic big data management in all areas of education. Big data is the amount of data that an enterprise uses, and it is how it is declared to be big. One of the most important challenges is human versus machine learning. Teachers have compassion, and computers don't. With a teacher, you might be able to explain a bad grade, and the teacher will understand. The computer looks at the exact same wrong answer and marks it as such. The student cannot plead with the computer. Therefore, students get eliminated for trying to beat an unshakable algorithms because the computer only allows a certain number of attempts. It is especially important that the computer has human oversight because the system have limitations that do not account for real life. The the background of warehouse architecture in academic big data is usually a one-size-fits-all data. Every student receiving the same amount of data to work with for the year, despite different course content. Insights into the amount of data allocated to every user shows it is usually not enough to meet student requirements. Should the student have to reboot their systems at some point in their education, there needs to be enough data distributed to cover all that was acquired, including applications. The best practices for academic big data is data management, maintaining the students' and universities' data. The students alone can come with lots of data, from personal information and interactions to classes and work. Teachers have lesson plans and their copies of students' work. Lastly, the institutional data is vast because it houses a copy of all parties' actions in all systems. The amount of student data that is needed to complete assignments is usually capless and allocated as needed. The academics can enforce data governance by making sure it protects the privacy of the students. Names, addresses, emails, interactions, and demographics are some of the data that must be protected. There is a lot of data going through academic web, and making sure it is monitored and disposed of is the top priority of all academic sites. This information is so important because it is governed by the Student Privacy Policy Office and the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act, are just two of the many standards. Holding true to these standards set by acts and policies will automatically increase the integrity of academic data because universities have set standards that are not self-governed. Kimball's dimensional modeling can help in education because it uses the data warehouse toolkit and breaks down the best way for detecting patterns and techniques of modeling. For example, the fact sheet here compiled for student data. How much of it is applied using the who, what, where, when, and why aspect in Kimball's model, then branching off into many dimensions into each key. In conclusion, we need to make sure we have human oversight over big data so the students feel supported in their areas overlooked by algorithms. Warehouse data should not be one size fits all, but allocated to meet the user's requirements. Data management is the best practice for academic big data because of vast amount of information required. Making sure to keep student information safe and well governed to increase integrity. Lastly, making sure to apply Kimball's steps to ensure academic sites are providing the best results. This report has proven the need for academic big data management in all areas of education, with hopes this helps the reader's decisions.